Hello guys, welcome back to the Brute Investors channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a token that in my opinion has a high potential in the future, and this project is called Wootrade or the Woo token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research and any of the projects that we cover on our channel. For this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website woo.network in order to learn more about this project, right? But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to cover a summary information of this project, which is conveniently available on CoinMarketCap itself. Again, if you guys don't know, CoinMarketCap has a section at the bottom of their page. Whenever you type a token, you can basically see at the bottom they provide summary information about the project, which will help you to do some quick analysis. But I also recommend you guys to read through their white paper as well as go to their website and read about the project itself, right? So what is Wootrade? Wootrade is a layer 1 trading infrastructure complete with deep liquidity, front-end trading GUI, and the ability to integrate into any exchange, trading desk, wallet, dApp, or other trading related platform. Wootrade is able to leverage rebates from high volume institutional traders and market makers, giving the retail traders and B2B clients high depth, zero fee trading. So again, Wootrade is basically a layer 1 platform, sort of like an exchange that kind of provides deep liquidity for people to trade various cryptocurrencies on top of it, right? It also has a front-end trading GUI, which again, just like any trading exchange platforms, you obviously need a front-end GUI, and obviously Wootrade has that as well, and the ability to integrate into any exchange. So again, Wootrade can be plugged in to multiple different exchanges because of its capabilities, and you can access multiple different exchanges trading desk by plugging in Wootrade along with that exchange. You can also plug in Wootrade along with decentralized apps or dApps, which will help you to kind of like add additional features when you're using Wootrade. And anything that relates to trading and other parameters, you can pretty much find it on Wootrade, right? So what Wootrade offers as a value proposition is high depth, zero trading fee, right? So you may be wondering, if there is zero trading fee, how does Wootrade make money? Like, how does Wootrade sustain itself without having any trading fees, right? Because when you have an ecosystem, you need to have some form of fee, or in this case trading fees for decentralized exchanges or exchanges, in order to incentivize some party to kind of provide the liquidity, right? So how does Wootrade manage to do that? Wootrade does that by leveraging by providing rebates from high volume institutional traders and market makers, giving the retail traders and B2B clients high depth and zero trading fees. So again, it relies on high volume institutional traders who provide most of the fee to Wootrade, and that fee is sufficient enough in order to make it possible for Wootrade to offer the service not only for their retail clients but also for their business to business clients, high liquidity depth and zero trading fee option, right? So that's a very powerful value proposition. Woo is the native token that is used for. Woo can be staked to access premium features and zero trading fees, used as collateral on Wootrade to trade spot and futures, amassed by B2B clients to apply for node statuses, used in a governance framework to accrue voting points. Again, just like any platform, Wootrade also has its own native cryptocurrency called Woo token, and it offers certain benefits for people who use Woo tokens, and these are the following benefits, right? It can be staked in order to access premium features, as well as zero fee trading, which is again is not really available by default, but it's available for people who stake Woo tokens, right? Used as collateral on Wootrade. So again, you can use Woo tokens as a collateral for Wootrade on spot as well as futures markets within the platform, and it can be used by B2B clients, again business to business clients, who apply for node statuses. So again, they can run their own Woo node by having the Woo token. They can also be used in the governance framework in order to accrue voting points. Again, basically, Woo has pretty much common capabilities compared to several other exchange tokens, where it kind of has benefits that provide you either less fee or no fee at all, and it allows you to use it on spot and futures trading. You can use it as a governance token. You can also use it for running nodes. So it has some really important use cases, but it's not very unique to this protocol alone, right? So that's basically the peripheral overview of Wootrade and the Woo token. So now let's basically talk about how many Woocoins are there in circulation. So what's the circulating supply of Woocoins, right? Wootrade launched its mainnet on October 30th, 2020 with 3 billion Woo tokens created at Genesis. 20% was sold at private sale with vesting between 6 months and 2 years. 20% is reserved for the team with vesting between 6 months and 4 years. 5% is reserved for advisors, vested for 4 years. 50% of the supply is reserved for ecosystem rewards. Again, if you break it down into different parts, you can clearly see that its mainnet was first launched on October 30th of 2020, which was last year during the DeFi bull run, and about 3 billion Woo tokens were created at Genesis, right? Amongst the 3 billion Woo tokens, 20% was sold as a private sale with vesting schedules between 6 months to 2 years. Again, that's very important to know because the vesting schedule is going to determine the price of this token for the foreseeable future, and that's going to be basically important to for anyone to see the actual vesting schedule. But in this case, if you see 20% of the 3 billion tokens that was initially minted at Genesis is having a vesting schedule between 6 months to 2 years. 20% is reserved for the teams. Again, amongst the rest of the tokens that is minted at Genesis, 20% is reserved for the team with a vesting schedule between 6 months to 4 years. So again, you can basically find cryptocurrencies having a small amount of pre-minted tokens available for the team, but the question arises on whether this token would be dumped in the market. But in this case, for Wootrade, that's not the case, because even though 20% of the Genesis tokens are minted and provided to the team, they have a vesting schedule that starts from 6 months all the way till 4 years period, which is a good thing, right? 5% is reserved for advisors, vested over 4 years. So again, any advisor within Wootrade also got some of the Woo tokens from the Genesis. In this case, it's 5%, and that is vested for over 4 years. 50% of the supply is reserved for ecosystem rewards. So again, people who want to participate in the Wootrade ecosystem, they can basically avail 50% of the tokens that's given at various time periods, right? So that's a very interesting information to understand. So who are the founders of Wootrade? So again, this is going to be something that we can quickly skim through because it's not fully relevant, but to some people it may be extremely relevant. But for the purpose of this video, let's just cover the peripherals of this. Wootrade was incubated by Kronos Research, a leading quant trading firm responsible for between 1 billion and 2 billion in trading volume per day. Again, that's a huge number. Co-founders Jack Tan and Mark Pimentel turned a two-man team in 2018 into more than 60 employees in 3 cities. Jack started trading equities at age 14 and has worked at BNP Paribas and Deutsche Bank for more than a decade after graduating from Carnegie Mellon University. So again, the background of one of the founders is mentioned in the sentence, and if you see, there are 2 founders and they started a 2-man team in 2018 and they turned it into 60 employee team currently with operations in 3 cities, right? Mark is a pioneer of decentralized technologies, having penned the first white paper on a decentralized derivatives exchange in early 2017, where users could freely list any contracts for trading. After completing his bachelor's and master's in computer science at Carnegie Mellon University, Mark started his career in Citadel Investment Group's high-frequency trading unit in 2006, which made 892 million in 2007 and 1.15 billion in 2008. Next, Mark went on to lead Knight Capital's electronic market development group, now part of Virtue, where Mark's team operated the largest dark pool in the United States and Europe during the times. Again, you can clearly see that both the founders have enough experience in running derivatives exchanges, equities, and so on and so forth, which makes them some of the prime candidates to build a fully functional and sustainable system like Wootrade, right? CTO Terence Wu has 15 plus years of trading system development experience, having worked at technology firms. Terence was responsible for HSBC equity derivatives, trading and market making system infrastructure built out. Terence is a graduate of HKUST with I think Hong Kong University, I believe, with a degree in computer science. Again, both the CTO and both the founders all have a lot of experience when it comes to running equities and working with derivatives in the past, and that is obviously the result of that has resulted in them giving kind of like the birth to Wootrade, right? Again, this basically talks about some of the exchanges where it's available. But before we move on to some of the numbers and technical, preliminary technical analysis, I just want to show you guys the website for Wootrade. It's basically woo.network, which is a website where you can access several information about their project to do deep dive research on this project before you invest your money on this token. They basically have a very cool website. Again, you can see they have options for trading, B2B demo, news and updates, as well as where you can buy the Woo token itself. Here they have some numbers. 24-hour volume is $107 million. Again, not much, but it's a very infant project which has a high potential in the future, right? Total transactions, 88,700 transactions. So if you see some of their order books, again, the prices are fairly like, it's an fair average price compared to the market price point. You can basically expect to see a little bit of spread, but I think overall the price is pretty close to the fair market value of these tokens, right? And you can clearly see you can earn your rewards, or you can earn more tokens by staking on this platform, and you can also trade. And these are some of the high volume trading individuals I think they have listed here. Type in your daily trading volume. So if you are an avid trader, then this is a very good project for you. It's a platform that you can take advantage of, especially the zero fees when you stake Woo tokens is a very good benefit for traders, right? Enterprise B2B, again, they have superior liquidity, intuitive interface, revenue share for people who hold Woo tokens, as well as cloud exchange. So several features that we discussed right now, and you can also see some of the testimonials about platforms that have used Woo services in the past. You can also see some transaction and liquidity mining information about the Woo token itself, and the governance aspect of it. Again, pretty decently laid out website with a lot of information for people. Again, Wootrade is trusted by several venture capitalists. Again, they're using the word trusted by instead of stating investors, so that's a very carefully worded term, which seems to say that they have worked with all these projects, but they're not necessarily investors in this project, right? But you can see they have several people trusting them, as they're stating here, and many of these names are big names, right? So that's very interesting. Apart from that, you can access some of their social media at the bottom of their website, and you can learn more about the project by reading through its team blog post, as well as staking Woo to participate in the ecosystem itself, right? So again, a lot of information about Wootrade. It is a very infant project, but it has high potentials to grow in the future, right? So going back to the coin market cap page, this token is currently ranked 132 by market cap on coin market cap, and is currently trading at 62 cents per token at the time of making this video, with a 6.69% decrease in price point in the past 24 hours. And if you see the market cap, it's only $236 million in market cap, which is kind of like for an exchange, for an exchange token, you'd probably expect tokens that have associations with the exchanges to be worth at least 500 million to 750 million dollars in market cap at a minimum end, and at least $1 billion to be on the recognizing end, right? But this token is clearly in an early stage, and this market cap is clearly like indicating that, and therefore the high price upward potential for this token is really high, right? If you see the volume, 24-hour volume, again as mentioned in coin market cap, is $41 million in trading volume, and if you see the total supply is about 2.8 billion with a max supply of 3 billion tokens, which is a huge number. But since it's an exchange token, you can kind of say that this is something that you can expect from many exchange tokens. But if you see as a comparative competitor, you can compare this token to Binance Coin, which is probably the metric that every exchange token will compare themselves with. Binance Coin has a max supply, I believe, of 300 million tokens, but they are having an aggressive buyback and burn program, which will eventually let them have a max supply of 100 million tokens, right? That will be the ultimate goal for Binance Coin. So compared to that, I think Wootrade has an extremely high max supply, which is something that may be of concern to people. But to be honest, this is something that's going to only cause more price appreciation as more and more people start buying this token and staking it in order to get the zero trading benefit that they usually want from a platform like Wootrade, right? So I think most of the tokens for Wootrade will be staked, and that's basically how the dynamic should work for this project to survive. If the project has to survive for the long run, it has to aggressively advertise its staking part of its platform in order to make most of the tokens be locked, so that the token price can't go sideways or go downwards, right? So that's a strategy that I feel like I can trust on this project to work out, and that's one of the reasons why I take it as an exception that this token has a max supply, even if it is like max supply that's not really something that I would like to see. But despite that, I see some really good positive long-term potential for this project, right? If you see the circulating supply, there's only 376 million tokens in circulation, which is about 13%. Again, not ideal. You would at least want to see 25% of the tokens in circulation, but since it's still in an infancy stage, I'm not really surprised by the circulating supply being very low, right? But if you take the price point, you can clearly see that the token has had its existence since last year, and it was worth 26 cents before coming crashing down to an all-time lows of about 2 cents, and it was there at this price point till I believe the early February this year, when the token price went from 6 cents all the way to an all-time highs of about kind of like 46 cents, and it has been having high highs and high lows, which makes me feel like there's been more expectation, and there's been high demand for this project, which has taken it to newer all-time highs in April, as well as its actual all-time highs of about $1.27 mid of May this year, before crashing back down to a price point of about 54 or 45 cents, even 39 cents in that range, and then it kind of went back up to a price point of about close to $1 before crashing back down again. Now it's seeming to be in a downward trend, and I think this token can move sideways, which will make this as a good buy opportunity in dollar comparative, right? So if you take the Bitcoin comparative, I can clearly see that the token price has been similarly volatile, but not as volatile as the dollar comparative. But if you see the price point of Bitcoin comparative, as this token was initially worth 2,400 satoshis per token before crashing back down to an all-time lows of about 69 satoshis, and it was at this price point till early February, when it went from about 100 satoshis or 121 satoshis to an all-time highs at that time of about 920 satoshis, and then it continued to make new all-time highs, and its actual all-time highs till this date was in the mid of early June, mid of May, early June, which is when the price started rallying back to its current all-time highs of about 2,700 to 2,800 satoshis before coming back down, and it's kind of moving sideways, right? So I think this is a good buy opportunity for this token. I can anticipate this token price to go above the $2 range in the short term, and even touch the $5 range in the mid to long term phase for dollar comparative. And for Satoshi comparative, I would probably say that this token can reach 5,000 Satoshis by the end of this bull run, and in the long term it can even break the 10,000 Satoshi point, right? So if you're buying this token, it's still relatively early, and you can, if you're a trader, this is a really good opportunity for you to save some fees on the trading if you stake Wootrade tokens, right? So if you go to the markets itself where you can buy these tokens from, you can clearly buy this token from Uniswap. Again, it's an ERC20 token. You can get it from Uniswap using wrapped Ethereum or USDC. You can also get it from a tier 1 centralized exchange such as Huobi Global with Bitcoin, Ether and USDT pairs. And you can also get it from Bancore Network, PancakeSwap. It's also multi-chain, so therefore it's available on Binance Smart Chain as well. You can also get it from Uniswap version 3. But if you can get it from PancakeSwap and Huobi Global, I don't think you would need to get it from somewhere else. But if you want to, you can use these centralized exchanges such as Uniswap, and the Bancore network on the Ethereum blockchain, right? So what's my final verdict on this token? I think this token has an incredible potential, especially with the unique value proposition that's making, where you can stake Woo tokens to earn not only rewards but also have a reduced to zero fees in trading, right? So that's something that many traders would be willing to kind of look into, and as this platform starts growing, it can slowly start taking market share from several big exchanges, especially with the Binance FUD right now. People are looking for alternative exchanges, and Wootrade is kind of like one of the many exchanges that they could take advantage of now that there is lots of government crackdown in centralized exchanges all over the world, right? So platforms like Wootrade has a high potential in the future, and that's one of the reasons why I want to buy a small bag of this. I'm waiting for this token price to go a little bit below. I think this can go below 60 cents, which is where I'll start dollar cost averaging, and I believe that this token can reach a $2 mark in the short term, as well as a $5 to $10 price point in the long term, right? But it also depends on how many people are staking their token because of the max supply issue. Because if not a lot of people are staking this token, then that can potentially dump this token or even slump the token price. And as you know, the vesting schedule is slowly going to be on a tiered schedule, which means every time a vesting schedule is over for a particular team member or advisor, there could be more tokens that could be dumped, which could cause short-term price depreciation or a sideways movement, right? But overall, I have very high positive feelings for this token, and as more and more cryptocurrency exchanges come in, there will be new tier 2 and tier 1 exchanges in the future, and I can see Wootrade being a tier 1 cryptocurrency exchange, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.